right now, with the kind of mind we have and the nervous system we have and body we have and all of that, let's do a practice of kindness. Get yourself settled so that you can be comfortable. Some people really like to lie down, some people would prefer to sit. You might need something to be warm enough. Really just do what is going to work for you. And we can feel so driven by the fight, flight, freeze system, driven by adrenaline and cortisol, all of those hormones that course through our system. And then we come to a time when we realize that it would be really a good thing to relax and rest and to heal some of those patterns. And that's one big part of the reason why we're here and why we go to yoga and why we work with our mind and we learn about trauma and all of the things that we do that support healing. One thing that happens as we're doing these practices is that we have a response to the different concepts and words. Often our mind is pretty active, trying to just let us know that maybe this isn't such a good idea, or we have those critical thoughts come up, or maybe we just feel it in our body. We have a tightness in our body. So let's take a few minutes to really be present in our body and to consider kindness as we're doing that. If you were to be present with 100% kindness with yourself right now, what would that look like? It might look like exactly what's going on. You're present. If you have thoughts in your mind that are unkind, you might be working with those and saying, no, I'm not going to entertain those. But on a physical level, one of the things we do is relax our body. So you could get yourself set up so that you're supremely comfortable as you could be. And let's start with the whole body. Notice what's going on in this space that the body's occupying. The body is a physical thing. We have bones and muscles and organs and blood circulating and all of those things. It's also a field of energy. And when we consider the space that the body's in, we can see that there's lots of activity there. We're breathing, for one thing. So we could notice that, the movement of our body with the breath. We could notice the sensation of breath as it comes into the nose, expands the lower chest, the belly. We can notice the air on our skin, the sounds in our ears. And one thing that helps us relax is to have either our eyes closed or our gaze soft. So notice that. Relax your forehead and eyebrows. Let the muscles of your eyes soften. Relax your eyes. Turn your sight inward. And notice your mouth and jaw. If you're clenching your teeth or if you have any kind of tightness or sensation there. Sometimes we have held in words. We might have activation in the throat or the vocal cords. And if we were to bring kindness into this practice at this moment, what would that be? It might mean a softening through the mouth and jaw, through the throat, the neck, or just an understanding and a patience with what it is that's going on in our body. We already have some kind of tightness, perhaps, and then we don't add on any kind of tightness in the mind to that. We might actually open. Oh, okay. There's my teeth. They're kind of tightly clenched again, or the back of my neck is really tight. I've got my shoulders up around my ears again. One of the ways we work with kindness is to recognize why these things happen and to work with frustration around that. So often we have this feeling that we should be over things or we shouldn't have this habit of tightness in the neck and shoulders, the upper back. So we have the experience of tightness and then we kind of shame ourselves for that. So, one way we could work with kindness would be to just really open space for that. This is actually how it is right now. So, bring your attention into the back of your body and let yourself really settle into the support that you have. Could be the back of a chair, a bed, a floor, or your body, your skeleton, the core muscles. And really let that whole area through the upper back let go. If you want to move your body, you could bring your shoulders up on an inhale and then relax away, back, soften on the exhale. We can even offer appreciation to the shielding and the protection that is the driver for a tight upper back. We go through life and we are always trying to maximize our survival. One of the ways we do that is we kind of brace ourselves, and then it becomes habitual. We end up with pain in our neck, pain in the shoulders. We could have some appreciation maybe for the effort, even though it's not exactly what's the best right now. It's healthier for our body to have a soft, loose kind of feeling in the body. That blood can get through easier, lymphatic fluids can flow, lactic acid can leave the muscles. There's so much benefit to having a soft and relaxed body. And when we notice that there's tightness, we could bring some softness in. Part of that might be to notice, oh, right now it's actually okay. I'm not under any threat. And for several breaths, release any tension out of the back of your body, behind the shoulder blades, back of the neck, back of your arms and legs. Notice your whole body again. Notice your breath. And bring your attention back to your face, your eyebrows, your forehead, your jaw, your neck and throat. And if any tension has crept in, then you could soften that again. And then focus now on the large muscles that cover the chest, that cover the rib cage, and your stomach area, navel center, lower belly, the whole front of your torso. And we can learn a lot about our current emotional state by focusing on the breath. When we're relaxed and we feel safe, ideally our breath is diaphragmatic, smooth and even. We're not holding our breath, there's no tightness in the belly. One of the ways we could be more understanding of ourselves is to know that fear and anxiety through our life develop habits and patterns in our breath. And now here we have this opportunity to soften, to let our breath become smoother. And most of that is accomplished by relaxing the belly. Just relax the whole of your stomach area. And as you're breathing out, notice how it settles back towards your spine. Notice the expansion as you breathe in, the belly rises. And anchor your attention to your breath for a bit. Just really notice that rhythm, the movement of your body with your breath. And as you're aware of your whole body and of the movement of your body with your breath, let's come back to kindness. One way to look at it is we could be neutral. We could be actively unkind or mean to ourselves, which is often the case with the inner critic. Or we could be actively kind. And most of us, probably all of us, could always use more kindness, more active kindness. If nothing else, it helps to counteract the years and decades of inner criticism and unkindness of other people, of our own mind. As you're lying or sitting and you're relaxing your body, you're smoothing out your breath. Part of our work is to notice unkindness or notice when we're being critical and to say no to that. I don't have to believe that. I know it's not true. This is an old pattern that had a purpose in the beginning, and I don't need to do that anymore. I could be way kinder to myself. So part of it is certainly to stop the inner critic and really to stop being mean and impatient and frustrated with ourselves. We don't actually have to be perfect in order to be kind. We don't have to achieve some mythical state of always being kind and calm in the world in order to be calm with ourselves and to appreciate ourselves, to have some compassion for the suffering that we experience. Notice what comes up with those words. And what would you say, or how would you be with yourself if you were being unconditionally kind? Maybe these words have brought up a feeling or a memory, an emotional flashback of childhood or other times when you were the target of somebody or where you felt really alone, like nobody was kind. And you could offer reassurance. You could welcome that in and flood yourself with kindness. Feel it in your body. Let your body soften and let the nourishment of the in breath make it into all the cells of your body. Maybe there's a part of your body that you're frustrated with, or a pattern of thinking in your mind. Sometimes we ruminate about something we've done or not done. How would that change, or what would that be like if you were to infuse that with kindness? Keep noticing your breath. Anchor your attention in your body and to your breath, that smooth rhythm as you relax your stomach and the breath settles. Let yourself rest. One of the kindest things we can do is to come into a practice and do this resting, relax our body, notice what's going on in our mind, replenish the oxygen supply through some deep breathing. And if there's a resistance to kindness or your mind is giving you trouble, see if you could at least open up some space for compassion. It's a tough place to be when we're kind of hardened up like that. Maybe you could have some compassion that you're suffering like that. If your mind wanders off, bring it back. We're trying to stay in the neutral zone or the positive zone. Maybe there's some younger self that could really use your kind attention right now. As you're breathing and as you're relaxing, could you just kind of open up the space to enjoy this practice, to enjoy the feeling of relaxing and of breathing? We're doing something so positive for ourselves. Come in and be present and relax, breathe. And let all of that go for a minute. Just notice your body again, notice your breath. Notice that whole space that your body is in, what's happening in that space. And you could also set your intention to keep an eye on this during the day, to notice if there's any unkindness and to stop doing that. And it's sometimes during the day just to stop as well and offer yourself some kindness, a kind thought, a few minutes to breathe, something that would help. And then when you're ready, as we're coming out of the practice, open your eyes. Look around and just to notice what you feel like now. And sometimes when we do an inquiry, it's helpful to just kind of contemplate or think, what is it that I just noticed? What is it I learned? Sometimes it can be kind of shocking, what we see going on in our mind. And other times it's just like, okay, that was fine. It was kind of relaxing. And so if there's something that you notice, though, it would be good to do some more inquiry perhaps on it.